What is up, everybody? It is the Lemons Are Us here, and today in this tutorial, like I promised you guys, I will be teaching you guys how to move bricks around and rotate them using the CFrame properties, which you can basically do by scripting. And I just want to say thank you guys for 100 subscribers recently, because like now we're getting past that. And I'm almost like at 150, and it's just awesome. So I just want to say thank you guys so much. I make these videos for you guys and to help you guys, and I do put a lot of time and effort. So yeah, without that introduction, that probably won't help you script. Let's go and click part. And let's go and enter our script in. So we have print hello world. Oh, that's very nice of you. Okay. But we don't need that because we are going a little more advanced today. We are going to be talking about CFrame properties of parts. And what CFrame properties basically mean is that instead of position, which just refers to a brick's placement in the world, CFrame means that we're talking about where the brick is, also incorporating its rotation properties. So you both have rotation and where it is in the world, while position just means where it is in the world. So we're having like two things instead of one, which is cool, because then you can like rotate it while moving it, which is very useful in games like where you need to rotate bricks as well as move them using scripts like in animations and stuff. So yeah, I mean, CFrame basically means coordinate frame. It's just short for coordinate frame, and it may sound confusing, but I'll try to not make it confusing. So let's go into our script and let's go make a function. Call this function make brick move. Like I said in the last tutorial, I explained functions. We have our we want to basically make this brick move, and inside of our function, this is what we're going to do to accomplish that. We're going to say, actually, let's go up here and let's say part equals script dot parent. And if you still don't know what dot means, dot basically is saying whatever is after this is related somehow to the script, and we're referring to script. So let's say I have Bob dot arm. We're saying the arm belongs to Bob. So if we say John's arm, no, it's Bob's arm, because we said Bob.arm, even though everybody has an arm. In this specific case, we're just talking about Bob's arm. So this dot is basically saying arm belongs to Bob. In the same way, we're going to say that the parent belongs to this script. And what is the parent of this script? Parent is just a fancy word for whatever is above it in Explorer, and this is our Explorer tab right here. So basically, our parent in this case is a part, which is what we set as our variable here, so it makes sense. So script dot above script, whatever is in the Explorer, equals whatever this is that we're setting part as the variable to. So part equals, in this case, part, which is very convenient. So let's go down to function make brick move, and we can basically use our variable part to refer to this brick every time instead of having to copy and paste this, which gets tedious. So let's go ahead and write part.cframe. Oh, actually, we should start with our for loop. So for equals 1, comma 10, do, and then let's just put another end statement here to make sure that the script doesn't freak out and that we are telling it when our for loop is going to end. And if you don't know what a for loop basically means that you're doing something a certain set amount of times. So in this case, we're only going to do it from 1 to 10. So we're doing it to 10 times. We're repeating this whatever is inside here. So let's say inside here, repeat 10 times. And this is very useful because it's kind of like factories. If you have like a factory thing that like does the same action a set amount of times, it's like a for loop in this case, and we're going to do it a set amount of times that we set to be 10. And how do you know that we're going to do this only 10 times? Well, we have I equals 1 to 10. If we switch this to I equals 1 to 20, guess what? We're going to do it 20 times. We're going to repeat whatever is inside the for loop 20 times. But if we can even do 5 to 10, and that would be 10 minus 5. We would be doing this 5 times. But we're doing it 1 to 10 because that's what the standard is. We're doing it to 1 to some number. And yeah, that is going to make this for loop repeat itself 10 times until it eventually stops executing. So let's go ahead and just start out with print I. And let's start this up. And as you can see, oops, we did not call our function. That is very important. You want to call your function by the title that you set it to here. So make break move 2 brackets. We have no arguments in this one. Nothing that we need to put inside right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is basically this print I. And I is whatever you just saw here. And it increases every time because we're saying I equals 1, 10, which basically means that I is also increasing by 1 each time. But you might be asking, why 1? Well, actually, it's because of this. There's a secret code there that Roblox put in, so it makes it go up by 1. But you can make it go up by any number you want by simply adding a second comma and a number after that, like 5 in this case, and that would make it go up by 5. So when we do print I, it should go 1 to 6. There you go, because it only goes up by 5. And we basically do this like once. So for I equals 1 to 10, do print I, but that is not CFrame. So we're going to go ahead and say part.CFrame. Now we're going into the CFrame territory right here. So yeah, we're going pretty hardcore right now. Part.CFrame dot, what do we say? Oh, no, sorry, we don't say dot. Part.CFrame, we're saying we want to manipulate the part's coordinate frame property, which, like I told you guys, is both where it's located in the map and its rotation as well. So we're going to say CFrame.new, part.CFrame.x, part.CFrame.y, part.CFrame.z. Now, you guys probably are wondering what the heck does this mean, and it'll get even a little more confusing when we put plus I, but let me explain. CFrame.new and then whatever's in the brackets, basically CFrame.new means that we're creating a new CFrame, and we're creating a new instance of the CFrame. It's kind of a different dot in a way because new is not really a property that you can see in like Explorer. It's just think of anything that says .new, like CFrame.new, as a new instance of whatever the first part is. So in this case, it's CFrame. So we're creating a new CFrame. And how are we going to do it? We're basically saying part.CFrame.x. So the x is going to stay the same for the part in all times. So it's not going to move in the x direction. Part.CFrame.z is not going to move either. So it's not going to go back and forth towards your screen, but we are going to make it go up. So we have part.CFrame.y plus I, and basically we're just saying make the y of the part go up by I each time it loops. So you want to make sure that your part is also anchored, because if it isn't anchored, what will happen is that when the loop runs, it'll go boom, 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 which is very bad. Unless you want to make a game that's just like absolutely nutball. Okay, so let's go back to our script here, and we have to have our wait statement here. So wait 1. Without wait, what will happen is that the for loop will continue, but it won't stop in the middle for breathing part. So you won't see an animation. you'll actually just see a jump from one spot to the next because the for loop has been executing in milliseconds, and humans, they cannot detect what's happening in those milliseconds. So we want to have 1 second variable between them, and as you can see, it takes 1 second for that to go up and up and up until it reaches the end of the for loop. But if we didn't have our wait statement, it would just jump there immediately, which is not good because we're not telling it to wait. We're just saying execute in milliseconds. So yeah, that is basically how you move a part. To rotate it, we want to pretty much just go ahead and say times, which is the asterisk symbol, CFrame.angles math.rad, put whatever number you want in here, 0, 0. And or we can just say math.rad I. And let's see what happens. It should rotate the brick as well as move it in this case. And you can see it's rotating by a little bit, but not a huge amount. So what we want to do is we're just going to say I times 10. And that should pretty much move it by much more. Yeah, now you can see the brick is rotating and moving as well, which proves that CFrame is so useful because it doesn't only allow you to manipulate the position of a brick, but also its rotation at the same time. And if you just want to rotate its angle, like the rotation of a brick, then you want to just use times, because that's the math part of it, CFrame.angles, which is like CFrame. You're basically... this may seem confusing, but just think of it as CFrame.new, but for rotations. So you're creating a new rotation. And what are we going to tell this script to make? Well, we said CFrame.angles, so that means we want a new angle. But we're also telling it that for the x part of the angle, we want to say math.rad I times 10. So I is 1, it's going to be 10 the first time it loops. I is 2, it's going to be 20. I is 3, it's going to be 30. And it's basically going to pretty much do what we did over here to its position, making it go up by a certain amount. And we're going to do that to its rotation. And this is pretty much how you do it. You have to use some multiplication instead of addition in this case. And if you don't know what math.rad is, it's just converting radians to angles. So this is pretty much like 20 degrees or something. This whole highlighted line, don't be intimidated by it. It just means like 30 degrees, 40 degrees. You can use an online calculator. But yeah, what's inside here is just saying how many angles we want it. So 10, okay, math.rad will convert it to radians, and then we'll do the rest of the work. So basically what's in here is the most important, and this is just in normal angles. So like you can put 90 degrees here and it would rotate it by 90 degrees. So yeah, don't be intimidated by that, guys. And that's pretty much the end of the tutorial. I'll run the script one more time so you guys can see it again. But if you did enjoy this video, or if this video helped you, I would highly appreciate it if you guys liked it and subscribed the video and to my channel, because that means a lot and it really helps me continue making videos for you guys, and you can see whenever a new video's out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Also, thanks for the 100 subs milestone. That's pretty awesome.